Hello ladies and gentlemen, YesXZeke here again today to bring you a long-awaited episode of Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. I had hit a bit of a brick wall up until now, where I could not actually progress the story. And this was because I did not have the gear that I needed, and I, for some reason, just couldn't bring myself to put in like the 3 hours worth of grinding I needed. So now I'm using Agnactor X set, which comes with Sharpness, Constitution, and Destroy, which I've slotted in. It also has some free element, and some handicraft, and some fencing. Huh. Anyways, but these two here are unlikely to come into play because I couldn't actually create the jewels to get handicraft slotted in, and free element I don't really need, so it would have been nice to have handicraft, but I don't. Other than that, I have prepared a huge amount of spare things. I have a Book of Combo, Honey, Life Powder, Dust of Life, Ancient Potion, Max Potions, Armor Skin, Demon Drugs, Dash Juice, Whetstones, Shock Trap, Pitfall Traps, Trap Tools, which I don't really need, so I'm not sure why they're here, and the potions. So I think I can now finally beat this. I might as well eat. Let's see what I can get. I'm of course going to be going for a defensive boost because it's better than not having a defensive boost. And I forget what Black Belt does, but I think it's good. So yeah, okay. So I pretty much get double slowdown on my stamina depletion, which won't matter because I have the Mega Dash juice, so I will not be having any stamina depletion. And I will be able to block pretty much indefinitely. Unfortunately, I do not have, I forget what it's called. It's some sort of blocking ability that allows you to block more easily. But that is alright. And time to start on this quest. I could have gotten it if I had gone for the Glacial Agnactor set, and I was in the middle of trying to get both, but I didn't manage to get the Glacial in time for this recording because I wanted to do it today. So I'm using the regular G-Rank Agnactor set. As regular as G-Rank Agnactor is anyways. Let's grab a Mega Dash Juice, make sure I'm sharpened up, go on to Mega Potions, and start this right away. I should have also loaded up my gun. Hail Sun, check out my guns. I'm going to make another record, then I'm going to double up. So I want some attacks off on this immediately. It should roar by the time I get my third attack down. And thankfully I did get my third attack down. And hopefully now I have time to Wyvern Fire. Now this is important because having this specific gun lance means that I get bonuses to Wyvern Fire. So that doesn't make any sense right now. It's a long type gun lance, and long type gun lance gets a modifier to Wyvern Fire and hits more often than regular type gun lances. So it is incredibly important to make sure that all your Wyvern Fires hit when you have this type of gun lance. And you can tell what type of gun lance you have by the amount of bullets you have. Long always have 3 shots. I'm going to back the fuck up here. Okay, perfect. Remember, I can pretty much block indefinitely, and there I probably should have continued on with the attack instead of doing what I just did. Now, I did get a piece of advice a while ago, and I'm not sure if it's good advice, to kind of hang out near its tail, because that is the least dangerous part of it. Now, I'm not sure how much I trust that, but, you know, I do have Cha-Cha and Kayamba alive. And you might be wondering why I do not have the Pitfall Mask right now. And that is because, rather than having Cha-Cha just be a Pitfall Trap and attack occasionally, I decided it would be better if it did slime damage because bombs always do the same amount of damage. Now, I am Lightning Blighted, and that drastically increases my chances of getting stunned. Okay, good. He's after somebody else right now. So it is more important than ever when you're Lightning Blighted that you actually heal up to full. Now I'm going to try to use only Mega Potions because I am going to want to combine my Honey and Potions into Mega Potions. Hey, I'm actually calling them Mega Potions for once. That is unusual. It's not unusual to call them Mega Potions, because that's what the fuck they are. I was really hoping that last hit would actually hit. But, you know, can't always get what you want. Oh man, good time for a bit of a stun there. And Defender High be prockin'. And always remember, if you're being charged down, especially by a larger monster such as this one, such as like this type of monster that I'm fighting right now, which could maybe be called a white Lagiacrus, ivory Lagiacrus. I forget. Aren't I a nerd? Sorry, I have a problem. And I do have another Wyvern Fire, so now seems like a fairly good time, and I did hit with the full brunt of the Wyvern Fire, so I'm very happy with that. Let's do a reload while it's roaring here. And keep in mind, it can actually attack through my shield, and I do want to stay away from it when it's enraged, because its lightning attack will have much higher range than normal. So let's get the hell away. I wish I could, like, issue commands, like, Kayamba, you should probably fucking retreat, as it is going to kill the shit out of you. And shields up just in time. If I get one more hit with the explosive stuff, I should be able to get an explosion to proc, which is good. And if I did not have Mega Dash Juice active right now, I would be very, very dead. There we go. Knocked it over. I'm going to want to try to get the tail off at least, but I'm not sure how successful it's going to be. This thing is really big, and as a Lancer, you tend to have a bit of limited mobility. So, time to block. There we go. And I'm noticing the electrical attacks actually do not go through my shield, so as long as he keeps doing electrical attacks, I should be pretty well set. Now, I'm really watching, more than usual even, the status of my Wyvern Fire, because if I can get a few Wyvern Fires off, the amount of damage I can do will be absolutely ridiculous. Also, if I can trap this Ivory Lagiacrus as it's low health, or as it's exhausted, I can... Oh. If I can trap it while it's exhausted, I can run away! Okay, that dive was unnecessary. I wish Cha-Cha or Kayamba was back. Fortunately, it is doing something that doesn't make any sense. Thank God for slightly poorly programmed AI occasionally. That was one of the least all there statements I've ever said. Okay. Oh God, that Lightning Blight. So remember, as long as Lightning Blight is active, I am very likely to be knocked out by a physical attack, which is beyond unideal. It's beyond good and evil. Now I can use another Wyvern Fire, but Kayamba and Cha-Cha are kind of non-existent right now. Well, Kayamba's back, but he only came back after I started that sentence. That I was definitely blocking. So I'm a wee bit pissed off. But, you know, it's alright. I just want to wait for you to use a shocking attack on somebody far away. This always... Okay, there we go. Stamina depletion has resumed, but I did indeed get my Wyvern Fire off. Now I just have to down myself another Mega Dash juice. Now, you might be wondering, what did I do to prepare for this other than just get the armor? So I fought a lot of Ignactors, I fought a few Brachydios, but people fight Brachydios all the time, so it was pretty much no big deal getting the Brachy stuff. And I also fought a considerable amount of... what are they called? I forget. A considerable amount of... those things that are all slimy and shit, and poisonous. They're probably not slimy, but they look slimy, so I'm gonna go ahead and call them slimy. I'll even call them Slime-tacular. Doesn't make any sense, I'll do it anyways. So I think I did actually get an explosion off there, and it is again enraged. Giganoxes. There we go. Love how it can just attack straight through me. And now might be a good time for an Ancient Potion, or a Dust of Life even, to heal up Cha-Cha. Yeah, there we go. The Dust of Life you can only get through high-rank nighttime excursions into the Moga Woods, but they're incredibly worth getting, if not just for this alone. Oh God, it's not done yet. There we go. Had to run away again there. Just in case. Despite all my efforts, Cha-Cha has perished. and I am getting more and more lightning bladed. And here's what I was warning you about. By the way, good advice for anybody using lance or gun lance: you can immediately draw into shielded position if you're holding R and you press X and A at the same time. Fortunately, it is very much after Kayamba right now, and Kayamba has a lot of damage mitigation, which is... oh, God. I should have waited until it was definitely after Kayamba one more time in order to actually down that Mega Potion, and pretty soon I'm going to need to get as far away from this fucker as possible. It's almost better to stand firm when this is happening rather than try to get away from it, because the range is so tall. If you don't have a way of moving very fast, you're almost definitely going to get hit. Now apparently the second part of this fight is the easier of the two parts, but I don't see it myself, so I'm not going to comment on that, even though I already have commented on it, and 95% chance I don't get any garbage. That is pretty much ideal, and it is exhausted. So at this point, I'm going to put down a shock trap. I could be using this opportunity to do lots and lots of damage, and I probably will. I think I also have large barrel bombs. No, but this could be my opportunity for like metric fuck tons of damage on its face. So let's try this. All that hit, I did indeed break its face, which is kind of unusual. And now I need to get into its body to do maximum damage. And since it is weak, it stayed in that trap for far longer than usual. And since it is tired, it can't do that at all. Remember, I do actually have Part Breaker, which is why these parts are breaking more easily than normal. It would, for me anyways, usually be impossible to actually break every single part on a Lagiacrus, even if I exclude the tail. And this time I may even get the tail, although I think it's going to be enraged fairly soon. And I did get 2 explosions down in the last little while that I've been doing this. So that is a very good thing. That is no bad thing anyways. 2 slime explosions, that is. Remember, slime only has like a slight chance of proccing, and it is remaining exhausted for way longer than I ever could have hoped for. All I ever hoped for. And I ended up on the wrong side of its tail. Damn. So now it's enraged. That means no longer exhausted. Doesn't have to eat at this point. And I definitely got hit by that. I think that is another opportunity for, let's say, Dust of Life. Good thing it was focused on Cha-Cha for a tiny bit there while I healed. I don't want to be using the Ancient or Max Potions if I don't need to. I still have Life Powder, I still have Mega Potions, and I still have Infinite Stamina. The thing is, I could have gotten to shield. That was the fastest I possibly could have gotten to shielding. Need to hop back here. It still is not yet exhausted. And it did kill Cha-Cha. So now I'm kind of in evasive mode. I know this is like micro commentary to shit, but that's pretty much the only way I can currently play this. I sang one song for you guys. Ow. That was quite a bit of damage, really. More than I would normally expect anyways. This is gonna hit me. No, it's not. Okay, and Kayamba's back. Remember, Kayamba is the best because Kayamba draws the most aggro because of the Ancient Mask, and also has the Slime ability. And I even got the tail. I think the only part of this I have not yet broken is the back. I think right now, though, that tail will only have a Mega Potion in it. Indeed it does. But that doesn't matter because that means I get extra Mega Potions. And Panic Dive. There we go. Fortunately, it turned around right as I decided to Panic Dive, so the Panic Dive wasn't actually necessary, but it could have been. It could have charged me down instead. Stamina depletion has resumed. which means I'm going to down another Mega Dash juice. Keep in mind that I actually have made sure that I can be full max health and max stamina for this entire fight by bringing the items I have. Now I'm not sure if I can keep up the stamina depletion, but even if I lose all 3 lives, I should be able to keep up with the kids. There we go. Managed to stun it just in time there. I'm not keeping this well reloaded, and I do have another Wyvern Fire, which I should probably not be wasting. I did hit, and I do think it should be dead pretty soon, maybe even to the point where I should try to capture it. But I don't think I have any chance of capturing both things at the same time. Let's go ahead and drop this down. Unfortunately, it has focused on me in the middle of that. Fortunately, on the other hand, it hit me at the perfect time. I'm going to life powder up here. And then I'm going to try this. And I did indeed capture it. Now that means I do not get the spare Mega Potions I would have gotten for killing it, but it probably also means that my reward is going to be much greater. So another thing I should do is I should reload, sharpen up. I did lose 1 amount of sharpness, and maybe get another high potion. 1 more Mega Potion. Remember, there are more Mega Potions in the wall. First of all, down another one here to get full health. Kayamba's still alive. Get 2 Mega Potions. And then the monsters should probably be in the process of arriving. Now what I meant to do, but I didn't do, is bring smoke bombs so I could have one of the monsters aggroed at a time and fight it alone. But sometimes I forget things. Now I can get some easy flash bombs from over here, and those will aid me in getting the Azure Rathalos out of the sky if I need to, which I probably will. But so far, so good. Not even really close. So I'm going to try to target the Azure Rathalos first and get it to die as fast as possible. Fortunately, they both roared at the same time, meaning that I've already broken the Azure Rathalos' wing. And the Azure Rathalos, its wing is actually its weak point, unlike the regular Rathalos, which its head is its weak point. I think that's the same thing with the Pink Rathian, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So Azure Rathalos is already enraged, and I am already incredibly nervous about this fight. This wouldn't be so bad if there were more people here who were actually people. Like if this was an online quest instead of an offline. But as is, I have a lot of problems with this. And I do indeed have another Wyvern Fire, so if I get the chance to have one of these guys on their sides... Remember, I also happen to have unlimited durability, or unlimited shielding, just because of my unlimited Mega Dash juice, or my Mega Dash juice that I currently have. So probably best to take advantage of that. And I know that I'm not doing ideally, and I'm poisoned. I did not even think of poison as a possibility. This is bad. I think what I'm going to do is actually use one of my max potions. The poison will wear out eventually. I'm going to try to keep Kayamba alive as well, with a couple life powders. And I'm going to keep in mind that I am poisoned. If I get hit again, another life powder will not be out of the question. And I think now's a good time for a Wyvern Fire. Indeed it was. And get some attacks up in here. And something is enraged. I almost got a really good combo off there, but it just managed to miss it. One of the problems with the different versions of the Rathian and Rathalos is that their movement patterns are quite a bit more sporadic. Actually, everything is enraged right now, so... I was really expecting to be able to get up there, and now I'm trapped in a corner, and this could very, very well be my death, unless something happens very soon. Okay, so that was indeed my death. But that is only death number 1, and remember, I have actually worked this out so that I can have 3 deaths every time being full health and full MP, or full stamina. So this was likely about to run, or well, the Mega Dash juice was probably about to run out anyways. I'll take a Demon Drug, I'll take Armor Skin, I'll take the Mega Dash juice, I will take this opportunity to sharpen up, and then I will get ready to use a Max Potion as my first potion. Now I kind of wish I'd brought the resources to have more supplies, more surprise. So I'm again gonna try to focus down the Azure Rathalos. I heard that the Brachydios will pretty much kill it itself, but I have not yet seen that happen, so I'm not entirely convinced. Just the nicest way of putting that. They do seem to be damaging each other quite a bit. Especially all that explosion damage has to be good, I guess. I did get tail swipe there. This opportunity seems as good as any to down this Max Potion. Or maybe not quite as good as any. But I do need to actually roll to get rid of this slime, so... Kayamba is alive, the Rathian is out of the... Rathalos is out of the sky, which means that I should probably run up and do some damage while this happy state of affairs is in effect. And another Wyvern Fire. Now the Rathalos is also tired, so that's why it's doing so much standing around and so much hanging out on the ground. Now I'm almost thinking it would be better to use this opportunity to kill the Brachydios, but that's probably a really stupid thing to say. Especially considering it can't even breathe fire right now. And I did not realize I actually have slime on me. So I'm going to need to roll that off if I can. Remember, the Brachydios is a scary jumper. I'm just waiting for Kayamba to take damage to heal up, and to be honest, it's not working out too well for me. Unlimited ability to run, very important in a fight like this, because you really, really need the mobility. Kayamba's still undamaged, which is like no end of surprising to me. And the Azure Rathalos still tired and not enraged, which is again no end of surprise. Generally things enrage much faster if you're attacking them this badly. Now I need to get the fuck out of here and heal up, and I'm probably going to use an Ancient Potion to do that, just so I can get full health as fast as possible. Cha-Cha is back. Now is probably a good time for a Life Powder and a reload if I can ever get it. Now I have broken both of its wings, and it's probably getting fairly close to death. If I had to fight only one of these, I'd be so set. And I'm not even sure what the hell happened there. Apparently there was some slime nearby that I just kind of wandered into. Brachydios also currently tired, and now Azure Rathalos enraged. So, tables have turned, I guess. Which definitely means that the Brachydios is not going to be interfering too much in my Rathalos fight. Which I can only approve of. I guess I could disapprove if I really felt like it. But for now, I think it is time for me to heal. Oh man, he knocked over the ow, that really hurt. Not good. Remember, I do still have 9 Mega Potions left, and this guy is weak. Please kill the hell out of him. Bracky! I did indeed get one. The Bracky is still weak. I think I have a Wyvern Fire, which I can probably now use as effectively as possible against all the parts that are breakable. Broke his horn. Pick up a Mega Potion. Use a Mega Potion. Is probably what I want to be doing here. Ow. Never mind. Instead, why don't I just get slimed or something? Sounds like a catchphrase from a really bad children's thing. Or maybe Ghostbusters. You guys might think I am a horrible person for saying this, but I have never actually really liked Ghostbusters. Even at the time that it came out, or I'm not even sure if I was alive when it came out, probably 1991. But even at the time, I thought it was a really horribly corny piece of shit. Well, not a piece of shit. It was enjoyable, but just not my thing. And I did not even use one easy flash bomb to get it out of the air. Fortunately, Kayamba's doing a really good job here. I'm not going to need Kayamba alive for long, which is good because Kayamba just died. Unfortunately, it is enraging at an alarming rate. And by enraging at an alarming rate, I mean it's doing exactly what I would expect it to do normally. Huh. Apparently I was at like the perfect angle not to get hit by any of that shit. Oh, okay. Except for that. Now, unfortunately, stamina depletion has resumed, and I'm low health, and I'm directly under it, and I have no way of instantly healing up to full. And unfortunately, I am also dead. So this is really going to come down to the wire. I wasn't expecting that, really. And to be honest, I don't even know what hit me other than maybe the back of its tail. So remember how I said I kept enough max potions to make sure I was high health? Well, apparently forget that. I'll take the Mega Dash Juice, the Mega Demon Drug, and the Mega Armor Skin. And sharpen up. Make sure I'm always sharp. And I'm pretty sure that's it. I do not have the ability to make another trap. Am I correct? No, I just have the trap tool. But I do have the ability to flash bomb the fuck out of this thing. Which could be a coup. Could be a coup for me. Remember that, again, it is best to break absolutely everything on the body because everything you break comes along with a damage bonus. And did it enrage again? No, it just roared at me because it noticed me. Now, focus on Cha-Cha for a couple seconds. There we go. That is what I was trying for. Now, I'm going to want to try to avoid its tail, but to be honest, that seems kind of unlikely considering all it's really doing is spinning around. Ow, okay, so I'm going to need to down a high potion, or a mega potion already. Keep in mind that the time is this opportunity comes once in a lifetime, something like that anyways. I don't know goddamn what's it called lyrics, those guys. Brachydios has always been one of my least favorite monsters to fight just because of that whole it whipping around thing. It can often attack me from behind before I really have a chance to dodge. And I have failed the quest again. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, even though it was another failure. At least I am closer than I ever was before. I'm hopefully going to follow this up with some online play of G-Rank, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.